Hi, hello, boys and girls. It is Wednesday. Obviously, I am not here with you today. I am at an art teacher meeting this morning. But I wanted to make a video because it's our first day back. I hope you had an amazing break. I had a pretty good break. Um, I have an artist of the week to share with you. We're going to go through some of his artwork. And then I have some reminders for how to behave yourselves in the room, because there are some things happening that I don't love. I'll tell you about them later. So, our artist of the week this week is Mo Willems. There's a picture of him right there. If his name sounds familiar, it's because he is an author and an illustrator, which means he writes books and draws pictures for books. And some of his more famous works are the Pigeon series, like Don't Let the Pigeon Ride the Bus. He's done Knuffle Bunny, and he's also done Elephant and Piggy. So, a little bit about him. He was born in 1968 in, well, very close to Chicago, which is a big city in Illinois. When he grew up, he went to college for art. So, he went to school to learn how to be a better artist. And he did that in New York City at a school called the Tisch School of Arts. Mo Willems is still alive. Right now, he is 54 years old, and he lives and works in a different state called Massachusetts. Before he started writing kids' books, he worked in TV. He was a writer for Sesame Street for a while. That means he wrote some of the songs on there and he wrote some of the skits. And he also worked at Cartoon Network. He worked there before you guys were born. The most famous TV show that he worked on was called Codename Kids Next Door, which you probably have never heard of, and that's okay. Then he started writing and drawing pictures for kids' books, and he has done more than 50 of them, which is quite a lot. And Mo Willems is both an author and illustrator, which means an author means that he writes the words in the books, and an illustrator means that he does the pictures for them. I have three of his artworks here today, and I'm going to show you all of them. Normally, we would do a turn and talk, but instead of doing that today, I'm just going to talk you through them all. So I would love if you guys could stay quiet. This first one is a page from a book called The Pigeon Wants a Puppy. It was done in 2008. It is not a final version of this picture. Obviously, it's still in black and white. Up here, we've got some words, some text, and these are not what they looked like in the final book. And we've also he's got some numbers and some different marks down here that were part of his rough draft. One of my favorite parts about this picture, I like that you can really tell how the pigeon is feeling. He is kind of backing away from the puppy, and he's got this line under his eye that makes him look worried or scared. But the puppy, he just looks very excited. I love back here that we can see his tail. It looks like it's wagging, and that's because Mo Willems has drawn the tail a bunch of times, and he's put these action lines. Overall, I think both of these guys are just really cute. I love their big eyeballs, and I like the little spot on the puppy's back here. Now, this next one is going to look a little crazy. I need you guys to try and stay quiet. So, this one I found on Mo Willems' website when I went to go look up more information about him to tell you guys about. This was on one of the pages on his website, and he called it Inspiration. He made it in 2009. And it's a picture of Elephant and Piggy. And I think we're supposed to believe that Elephant has made all of these different pictures of Piggy. But one of the cool things is that all of these different pictures of Piggy are based on a famous artist. So, for example, this one up here is 3 soup cans, and it's kind of hard to tell because it's small, but we've got Piggy in the middle of each of them. And there was a famous artist in the 1960s and 70s. His name was Andy Warhol, and he used to make pictures of famous stuff, including soup cans like this. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff going on in this. We've got some sculptures up here. This one's a crazy mask that is also supposed to look like Piggy. There's another sculpture down here. And I didn't know, when I did my research, I found that Mo Willems always hides pigeon in all of his books, even the Piggy and Elephant books. Even though the book isn't about pigeon, he still hides him somewhere. And I think it's funny, he also hid a pigeon in this picture. He's really tiny. He's right here. He's one of these three piggies up here. But I thought that was fun. This last Mo Willems work I have to show for today is this. This is one of the final pages in Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And this is what it looks like in the book. It just doesn't have color because they did that at the printer. So all of the wording looks the same. The pigeon looks the same. And the way they lay out books like this, usually when we read a book, we would be able to see that there's a line down here, and this is two separate pages. But when Mo Willems makes pages for his books, a lot of times he'll just do the two pages on the same piece of paper. So these are on the same piece of paper. Again, we've got Pigeon looking crazy. We can tell he's moving, just like we could tell the dog was moving, because Mo Willems has drawn his arms flapping and a bunch of action lines. And the pigeon really looks like he's having a tantrum. Over here, he's yelling. It looks like he's thrown himself on the floor. He is very upset. He cannot drive that bus. And all of this, I picked an illustrator like Mo Willems today, because sometimes I think we take the pictures in our books for granted. So my question for you today is, and you don't have to answer this out loud, just think about your answer. My question for you today is, do you think about the art in a book while you're reading it? Because sometimes I don't. Sometimes it takes me a second to stop and think about what I'm looking at. Let me get my camera pulled back up here so I can see you guys. Okay. So Mo Willems is an illustrator, right? Which means he makes the pictures for kids' books. Everybody say illustrator. So the next time you're reading a book, I want you to think about the illustrator that made your book. Some of you guys might be on to more chapter books, so there might not be a lot of pictures in your books anymore, but I pulled some picture books for us to look at. So this one's called Bird and Bee, and the illustrator is named Craig Fraser. And when I look through this book and I look at the pictures, I can tell that these were probably done digitally. So they were probably done on an iPad or maybe on a different type of computer. And the reason I think that is because everything looks very smooth and there are not a lot of different colors, right? There's not a lot of shading. Everything is just kind of one red or one blue, and they look kind of simple. When I look at a book like The Day the Crayons Quit, this one was illustrated by Oliver Jeffries. I can tell that this was probably done with colored pencils, because when I look at it, you can see all of these different lines that make up the drawings. And there are different colors layered on top of each other too. I want to find the green page to share with you. Where is it? We'll settle for this gray one. But look, you can really tell, you can see all of these individual marks. And it looks like colored pencil. And then this other one I pulled for you is called The Noisy Paint Box. And the pictures in this one are beautiful. And the illustrator here is called Mary Grand Prix. And I think she used paints for this. And I can tell she spent so much time on each of these paintings. You can look and see the way the colors blend together. So the next time you're looking at a children's book, instead of just listening to the words, I want you to really look at the pictures and think about how long the illustrator must have spent on them. All right. So since our artist of the day was Mo Willems, I have printed out how to draw the pigeon worksheets. If you would like to use these are going to be over in the drawing station. Please try not to draw on these and put them back when you're done. That way other friends can use them. Couple reminders about how our art room works. We are using so much paper, so much paper, and it's really wasteful. I know that you guys don't like mistakes on your papers, and that's fine. But if you are trying to draw something or you're not sure what you want to draw and you find yourself using 1, 2, 3, 4 papers and you've recycled them all already, grab a whiteboard. Let me show you where the whiteboards are. Let me grab my camera here. I'm going to try not to be too loud as I drag you over here. So over here, underneath the big TV in the front, we have a yellow bin full of whiteboards. They are right here. We have whiteboard markers. These weird blue things in this black tub, these are the erasers. If you're not sure what you want to draw, or if you're trying to draw something and you keep messing up, come grab a whiteboard. You can take it to your table where you're working, or if you would rather sit on the rug and draw, perfect. When you're done, just put everything back where you got it. As far as painting goes, we are also using so many painting papers. So from today on, everyone is allowed to have one painting paper. One. So you better think about what you're going to put on it before you start painting. Maybe even sketch your idea out. Now, you are probably going to notice I have taken all the papers away from the painting station. When you want to paint, you are going to need to come see me. Obviously, I'm not here today, so I have left this yellow folder that says painting on my desk. You're going to have to go ask your very nice substitute. Walk up, say something like, "Hi, I would like to paint today. May I have a piece of paper, please?" And then your nice substitute will give you one piece of paper. Got it? One. Let me look really quick. Oh, the last thing. One paintbrush at a time. Some of you guys, when you paint, you're grabbing like 3, 4, 5 paintbrushes. Start with just one. If you end up not liking that paintbrush, then you can wash the one that you have, put it back, and then go grab another one. But one paintbrush at a time and one painting paper. Capiche? Okay. I'm going to check really quick my PowerPoint that I would have shown you if I was here, because I think that's everything. Reminders. Yes, that is everything. All right, amazing. I hope you have a really fun time today. Please remember to clean up after yourselves, treat our room with respect, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.